Hey, Matt Man's back. Welcome back to my channel. What I have here is 33 pounds, 2 ounces of copper pennies. 99% memorial. There's a few wheats in there. I counted. There's one over here. I think there's one right there. Anyway, I got these from my cousin who came and visited from Wisconsin. We grew up together and collected coins since we'd been in grade school and really stayed close ever since. Well, he told me he was ready to get rid of all of his copper pennies and put them in the bank. I told him I would buy them off of him. And so he brought them and I paid him face for them. It's just under 2 boxes, something like $48 worth. I jumped at these because I want to search them for heirs and varieties, and then I'll just throw them in my own stack. My plan is going to be to start sorting these by decade and year. There should be only 60s and 70s in here, and then the wheats. I have a list I work from for the heirs I want to find, and so I like to make stacks of those mintages and then look for them all at once. So I'll come back and make a report if I feel there's anything worth reporting. Well, I got through sorting all of the coins. This is the rejects here. These are the piles I was talking about. There's a group of each for everything on my list. I'm working these to find varieties and heirs, and I got to 1968 Denver. Okay, and that's the one I have up on my screen. And what I found was this 1968D. That is the DDR FS 801. So let me show it to you in the scope. This one is in the Cherry Picker's Guide, and I'll show that to you right here. They put the emphasis on E pluribus unum and on America. On the E pluribus unum, I do have the notches on top of the U's and the I, like in the book there, but it's not very clear. And I don't show much on America, but where it does show up is the initials. Look at the doubling on those initials. And that is in the Variety Vista photos. So that's the FG on the stage A, but there's no crack on the forehead. Go to stage B, and there is that crack on the forehead. There it is, as big as Dallas. So this is a confirmed FS 801 stage B. Nice coin. Going back to the Cherry Picker's Guide, I like the comment it makes. This variety is very neat, yet it has received very little publicity. So perhaps there's something in the future with this one. It puts a value of $8 in AU. After looking at this thing for 20 minutes under the microscope, you have trouble thinking AU. Not much wear on the cheekbone and on the jaw, just right on the surface. High XF, maybe AU. I'm going to call this a $5 coin. I have completed all my sorting. Let me show you what I have here. So those are zinc, 102 of them. And an extra 15 cents. Zinc is in my favor because there are more zinc pennies per pound than copper pennies. 15 cents, that's also slightly in my favor. 2 Canadians, one young head, a 1959, better than the 1960s I normally see, and a 79. That group right there are ones I want to check against the albums. And then there were 102 wheat pennies. Very interesting. 102 and 102. The odds aren't as great as you'd think, but that's still a good coincidence. So now I'm going to go ahead and look at all these, compare them to the books, see what the good stuff is. Well, I did really well upgrading these books here. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the 14. They're both struggle to make a G4, but the new one has been shined up, has better eye appeal, and the old one has that scratch going from his eyebrow to the rim. And I'm also going to replace this 1940. Just better features. I try not to upgrade marginally, but I thought this one was good enough to do. I am shocked how well I did in this next book from 1941 to 1974. I'm going to be adding the 41 Denver, upgrading the 42 San Francisco, adding the 1945 San Francisco, upgrading that very ugly 46 San Francisco. Now, the coin going in isn't much better, but it has a whole lot better eye appeal. I'm going to be upgrading the 47 Denver, adding the 1948 and the 1948 San Francisco, upgrading the 1950 Denver, also upgrading the 53 Denver and the 53 San Francisco, adding the 57, surprised I didn't have that, upgrading the 57 Denver, all the rest are upgrades, 60 Denver, 67, 68 Denver, 69 Denver, 70 San Francisco, 1971, 1974D, and the 1960D small date. A little bit more on that later. And in the beginning of the last book, I'm upgrading the 77, the 78, and the 79 Denver. Just a quick miscellaneous word. What I have here are the 69 San Franciscos and the 68 San Franciscos. Now, the 69 San Francisco has that really nice DDO we all look for and will never find. And people tend to hoard them up, and they ignore the 68 San Francisco. In this whole hunt, I found 2, and in the 11 boxes I've searched before now, I've only found 7 altogether, including the 2 today. Just today alone, I threw back about 30 69 San Franciscos. So, take that for what it's worth. The 68 San Francisco has less than half the mintage of the 69 San Francisco. 258 million versus 544 million. Another thing that really floored me is the 1960 Denver small date. Before today, I've only ever found 3. The one in the book and these 2 here. Today I found a dozen. With all those additions in the book and a dozen 69 Denver small dates, it kind of makes me wonder if we've already covered my 68 Denver FS 801. Definitely the find of the hunt. I've been through all those wheats. That's probably the biggest surprise of the hunt. A few other little closing items here. I have this 1971 San Francisco, and on the one side it has a very nice looking matte finish, and then when you flip it, it's got a golden image. So that was played with at some point. I find it interesting. I'll throw that in my question mark tubes. And then the last thing I have are two 1969 Denvers. Now what I'm looking for here is the no FG. Let me put them on the scope. Now on that one, you can use your imagination and kind of see something. On the next one, that looks pretty clear. Maybe you see something right here, but really it's supposed to be up here. So I'm just going to set these aside. Let me know if you think I got it here, but I'm not calling it. Alright, well that's going to wrap up this hunt. Happy with the wheats. Happy with my FS 801. Thank you, cuz. And until the next time, Matt Man's out. If you're getting any value at all out of this, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Share it with your friends. And hit that notification bell. Thank you very much.